Now that you've hired the candidate, let's discuss ways to ensure security posture while they are on the job. Organizations use employment agreements to establish contractual obligations regarding security. They may use non-disclosure agreements to protect sensitive information such as intellectual property or credentials. Non-compete agreements, on the other hand, are difficult to enforce since courts recognize the employees need to work. However, they are still used as a deterrent against intellectual property theft. Employee handbook will define organizational policies, including data classification standards, ethics procedures, or key contacts in case you need to reach HR or legal. Should your developers be able to post snippets of code in forums to seek help? What's your policy around the use of personal devices to access organizational information systems? This type of information is generally found in security policies. One of the most difficult stages of employment is termination. Emotions may be high, but it's important to follow formally documented termination processes. When should any access be removed? Who's responsible for removing it? And how do they know that it's time to remove that access? What devices were given to your users and how did you track them? It's important to establish asset tracking processes because you'd want those assets back upon termination. Should users be able to copy personal data off their work laptop before they return it? How about training replacements? This can be awkward and often results in toxicity. So it's important to have a transfer or a backup plan in place long before termination. Ensure there isn't just one person able to handle your critical tasks, and every business critical task has a primary and a secondary responsible party. You should periodically check access logs to detect unauthorized activity. Did Joe from front desk attempt to access credit card data? How about access attempts by terminated employees? I've found organizations that fail to fully terminate all access held by former employees. As a result, that former employee may still be able to obtain sensitive data and sell it. Any assets given to employees, such as laptops, mobile phones, badges, multi-factor key fobs, should be inventoried. That inventory should be periodically reviewed. You should check to see if a former employee returned all of the assets. These checks should be done not only at termination, but also on a periodic basis to ensure nothing was missed. Users often keep their permissions, their access, as they move up the ladder. More permissions are added to different tools or databases that are required for the new role, while the old permissions are not revoked. For example, a chief technology officer may still have access to user access management system. A VP of HR may still have access to risk register from his days in the risk management team. This makes it critical to define access rights specific to job roles and also audit them periodically. Compliance and privacy are everybody's responsibility. Organizations should clearly define the compliance and privacy requirements. For example, the criteria for compliance with employee agreements should be stated. How do you audit if the employees are complying with their job requirements and following processes related to work? Compliance can help with the quality control. It can provide transparency, consistency, and save costs from unexpected expenditures. Too many rules, however, can hinder creativity, so a balance must be reached while achieving business goals. Privacy in the context of employment is hard to define. Is an employee's web browsing activity on work computer considered personally identifiable information? Most organizations will use content filtering tools to prevent access to malicious websites and also to provide additional security. We still need to respect the balance between security and privacy. Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, or European Union's General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, have specific privacy requirements that are mandated. Your organization's privacy stance, whatever it may be, must be addressed in the privacy policies. In most cases, though, you are required to inform the individuals if their privacy is being violated.